when you journal every day, you are keeping yourself healthy, whole, and future oriented. The 3 big benefits that I want to talk about today in terms of journaling. Number 1 is reflecting. But why is it important to reflect on what has gone on that day or the day before? Because when we reflect, we're able to bring a level of awareness to our experiences that will potentially show us what's actually going on for us in a much more real way. You know, when you have a conversation with someone and you bring a problem, maybe to your best friend, you go, this is what I'm dealing with. And they say, oh, well, it sounds like this to me. Or have you thought about it this way? And you're like, oh, no, I totally hadn't done that. Well, when you're journaling, you're actually able to do that for yourself. The act of writing out what is going on for you, whether in your headspace, in your mindset, in your emotional landscape, or just literally on a day-to-day basis, this is who I saw, this is what I did. When you're able to write that down and capture that and allow yourself to see it from different angles, you are going to bring so much richness to the experiences that you've already had, but you're also going to bring clarity in terms of where you want to go next and how you want to move forward. And this works with both the positive stuff and the maybe not so positive when you allow yourself to reflect on that. It stops being ruminating. So it stops being the act of just overthinking on a loop. Oh, what happened? What happened? Why did that happen? Why did I say that? And it actually becomes a constructive time where you can look at this a little bit more objectively. So you're just kind of distancing yourself a little bit because it's now here instead of here. And you're able to see more angles and able to see how you could change things next time or where you want to strengthen yourself and your abilities and your understanding of the world. So that's number 1. Number 2 is that journaling actually builds resilience. And what I mean by this is if you write out the challenges that you're facing when you're facing them, and then write out about the conclusion of that, the consequences of that. That might be days later, it might be weeks later, it might be years later. But if you refer back to the challenges you faced and then the outcome, you are creating a template of getting through the bad times. And then you can look at this journal as like a library of situations that you've had to navigate. And having that as a base reminder for yourself means that you can go into a new challenge knowing, okay, I've gotten through other challenges before. And here's the proof in my journal. I can get through this one too. And that's what resilience is all about. The number 3 benefit to journaling in a consistent way. So making it a daily ritual for yourself. The best way for me to describe this is when you parent a small child, it is really important and important it is to validate that child's feelings, because by validating their feelings, even if they seem to you unreasonable or they aren't, you know, ones that you can handle at this point, or you really just got to get in the car because we got to go but by validating those feelings, then that child is developing their sense of self and they understand that whatever they're going through is okay. If it is validated, it means that their emotions aren't wrong. And then, of course, as a parent, you try and guide them through to a resolution or get them to calm down in whatever way is right for them. And all of those wonderful parenting skills that you develop if you parent a child. If you don't parent a child, maybe you can recall from when you were a child whether your feelings were validated. And if they were, how significant that was to you. And if they weren't, how significant that was to you. A lot of people have stories about how they were trying to express their emotions, but because they were a child, they didn't know how to, and they got shut down, and how damaging that is. So I'm talking about this now because as adults, we have a responsibility to parent ourselves. And specifically, when you're journaling, you are validating your feelings and your emotions. You are giving them weight and you are telling yourself that they matter and that you matter. And by actively doing that through a journaling process, it means that you are on a daily basis giving yourself that validation. When we don't journal, it is so easy to dismiss our feelings or to forget about them, to not give weight to the experiences that we have in a day from an emotional perspective, and then that gets lost. If you have enjoyed this video, if you think that there is more to look for in where you're at right now, check out the resources below. You'll find it in the description box. I have put some links to some free resources that I've made available. Subscribe to the channel, of course, so that you don't miss any of these videos, and I will see you again real soon.